Psychology concepts, inductive and deductive reasoning. Has anyone ever told you not to jump to conclusions? How do I use what I already know to figure things out? Reasoning is the mental process of turning information we receive into a conclusion. There are two types of reasoning we typically use: inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is when you start with specific information and use it to make generalized conclusions. Psychological research can be inductive. Researchers look at specific findings to make generalizations. For example, data from research experiments is used to create and then further test a theory. This mouse found the cheese at the end of the maze. I wonder if all mice can do that. Deductive reasoning is when you start with general information and move to specific conclusions. You start with a known conclusion or principle and apply it to new information. 10% of my class got A's. I wonder why that is. In deductive reasoning, the specific conclusion is correct if the general statement is a fact or true. For example, fact: all the students in Dr. Dunn's class are psychology majors. Fact: Jillian is in Dr. Dunn's class. Therefore, Jillian is a psychology major. In contrast, conclusions from inductive reasoning are less certain. They are better phrased as being highly likely. For example, fact: Jillian is a psychology major. Fact: Jillian is taking an introductory psychology course. Fact: Dr. Dunn teaches an introductory psychology course for psychology majors. Therefore, it is highly likely that Jillian is in Dr. Dunn's class. Deductive reasoning is used in psychological research when a theory is used to make a prediction and the prediction is then tested. For example, using your knowledge of classical conditioning, you can predict what will happen when you shine a flashlight in your fish tank during feeding time. If you shine a flashlight in your tank right before feeding your fish, after doing so a certain number of times, your fish will swim to the top of the tank looking for food whenever you shine the flashlight in the tank. Recap: inductive and deductive reasoning. Reasoning is the mental process of turning information we receive into a conclusion. Inductive reasoning is when you start with the specific information and move to the general to draw a conclusion. Deductive reasoning is when you start from the general information and move to the